Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, The Collector's Hub. Let's continue the story of Dragon's Dogma today. If you like this series, and would like us to continue with it, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this in the future.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigour. Another day, another adventure. Fancy a look at my wares?
This really is fun, craftsmanship. Are you in the market for something in particular?
Do come again. Fancy a look at my wares? This way, if you please. Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master story. Tell her.
This might contain useful information.
Shall we take a closer look?
Say, have you been to Harp? 'Tis a quaint little village down by the sea. Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Might as well take a look while you're here. Here, eh? Stop by again soon. Might as well.
Shopping is such fun.
The longer the journey, the more supplies we'll require.
Right you are.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This really is fun, craftsmanship. This part's a little different as well.
Over here.
This journey...
Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again.
Hi, Arisen.
We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an ox cart and save our strength.
You have my support.
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
If I could, never leave. Putting that aside, often we call on you to carry the burdens we cannot. I must thank you. Your toil keeps me light on my feet.
It certainly isn't easy work, but I am proud to be counted upon. I suspect the lad's enthusiasm will go a long way toward inspiring his peers. Let us inform Sir Baron of his coming. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Right, just follow me. Are we taking a load off so soon? We've only just rested.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. We must not let down our guards.
Focus your strength, Arisen! You're soaked! Do try not to catch cold. I'll combine my magic with yours, that you might cast the spell more quickly.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
I quite agree.
Here already, are we?
Well met. Have you any weapons for me? Good of you to go to the trouble. Many thanks. We'll gladly make use of what you've given us.
An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
I've you to thank for that near. The lad's well eager, he is. He fears naught, and he follows my commands with nary a word of complaint. Soldiers like him boost the morale of all around them. His presence bodes well, and I've you to thank for it. There's just one problem. Seeing a lad so spirited, so foolhardy, makes me recall a time when I was much the same. Sets my blood to boiling, you see. Makes me yearn for a bout with a skilled combatant. Need I explain further? I test my steel against yours, friend. What say you? Care to spar with me a bit? Glad to hear it. Follow me, then. Think of it like a game. Whoever steps out first loses. Simple enough, eh? Seeing as you're no warrior, you do well to strike when I'm off balance. Let's begin. Fight well. See, I dare say I needed that. I've ne'er met anyone like you. You've done more for me this past while than anyone I've known has e'er troubled to. A commendable sort you are. Would that I had some way to repay you for all the good you've done me.
Sir Baron, you must come, and quickly! A goblin pack has descended over by the rope bridge. We're in need of your aid!
My thanks for the report. I'll go at once. Goblins can be dastardly. We'll have need of capable fighters. The more, the better. I'd fain have you at my side, friend, if you'd be willing to join the fray. Quick! I here! Watch my back!
Peril can result
No one bothered stepped in it.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
What was that?
Pray join us, sir. We'd be well glad of your...
Randall! What happened? Speak to me, lad!
Sir, we managed to fell the goblins, but then a cyclops charged us out of nowhere, wounded and enraged. We stuck the beast with arrows till one of them pierced its eye. It fled, but I've no doubt 'twill return.
Never mind that, lad. You survived, and that's what counts. Let's get you back to the encampment, aye? Twould seem my days of peace are at an end. Do you recall the soldier we met on the road? He was rather badly injured in the goblin melee. They'll want me to take responsibility for that, I just know it. Shan't be long afore I'm forced to resign from my post. I doubt such a thing would be asked of any human instructor. But I'm bestian, aren't I? There's no fighting it. But I'll be damned if I let the troops suffer on my account. In the time that remains to me, I'll get them trained up as best I can.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
I have an approximate idea of where Sir Norbert may be found. I can guide you to the place Arisen, or thereabouts.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
This shan't go down well.
So, the path splits here.
Fretting will get us nowhere. Let us pick a path and see where it takes us.
This way.
The shift's only just begun.
Well met. Glad to... What's your business here?
I'm not taking any passengers, just...
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
I'll not be cowed by the likes of you!
This one's shaking.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit. Let's all that vim go to waste.
Stand strong.
We're still in the fight!
By the likes of you!
I ain't cut out for this.
What am I supposed to do about it?
This is where my luck runs out.
Time.
One of these days. The things I could do with an ox cart full of gold. I've things to do, if you don't mind.
You'd best make yourself scarce.
We are? Could have sworn I ought to attend.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. We ought to put... Last us a while now. Right you are.
Just between you and me, my task is an enigma, forged of strange. So back and forth I go.
If I could, I'd never leave.
Now this is a conundrum. What delights might there be to find in town today?
This ox cart's bound for me. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
You need me at the Vanguard? Say no more. You!
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
And here I was, hoping for some great treasure. Now I feel a fool.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due. This can't be how it ends.
Pray, light your lantern, Master. Ingenious. My own master must hear of this tactic.
Now that is a surprise. On my way.
Feast your eyes on this! Almost stumbles. Just one more push up to bring it down.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. I'll combine my magic with yours, that you might cast the spell more quickly. Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our doom. By your lead. First and foremost, we'll want to lock it off balance, which will prove a much easier target when lying prone.
I'll not dare attempt such a feat alone. Together, I think we can manage it. Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town.
A decent spot to make camp.
Is autumn missing, kids? But not at the expense of my duty.
Suppose I can always run.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have seen a pretty stone lying about, would you? One befitting the name the Jadeite Orb. 'Twas stolen from me while I was delivering it, and if Master Everard should find out, he'd wring my neck. 'Tis no exaggeration. He's had people killed afore, more than a few at that. To be quite truthful, I'd intended to sell off the Jadeite Orb and quit this place for good. Working under a man such as him, I'd only get chewed up till he decided to spit me out. That jewel was my last hope. Now it's gone. Unless you were to find it for me. Would you, sir? Oh, pray do a poor man a kindness.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful. Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk? I can guide you there if you wish.
You have my support.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Polishing my armor can wait till the morn.
This ox cart, I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
What the?
What do ye want?
Got nothing to fear if I keep my wits.
Leave.
Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk?
No! I'm not sending anyone into that cave!
But Jonas, isn't it your duty to aid our people?
Heh, this world's gone to the dogs.
Think I can manage?
Sir Arisen, I am sorry you had to witness that. Jonas has been e'er harsher in his treatment of beastrons since we were last beset by monsters. Yet how can he condone leaving a man to his death is beyond my ken. Listen, I know I have begged many favors of you afore now, yet I fear I must ask another. Though the chief has forbidden it, a number of us intend to mount a rescue. Will you aid us in our efforts? Pray, meet us at Stormwind Cave at the tip of the cape.
Let us make haste, that no life may be lost on our account.
What was I meant to do? 'Tis naught but a pitiful puppet. Oh.
We would be ill-advised to proceed without lights.
You've come. I knew I could count on you. In we go then.
We must fly to the aid of those in need.
He must be in here somewhere. Keep your eyes peeled.
My magics are yours to command, should you require the skill of a mage. Might I be of assistance?
'Tis my duty to hear the people's concerns.
Uncommon materials can be found here, methinks.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
More of the same, it seems.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Well fought, Arisen.
Battle is best avoided here.
Masterfully done!
Once more! What appears to have changed since we were last here? Let us proceed with due caution.
What could be the cause? This demands further investigation.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
A curative ought to do the trick.
saved. Thank you.
We'd best report back.
Take this. 'Tis something I found.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. I'd be roasting her a spit if it weren't.
'Tis uncommonly rare, this. I look forward to informing my own master of its finding when I return beyond the rift. Tis overly narrow here, and ill-suited to combat.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled. Peeled, ears pricked.
What a relief. Now, let us not tarry. The village...
Thanks, sir. I'd be roasting her a spit if it weren't for you, so to speak.
What a relief. Now.
How might I aid you, sir?
So, 'twould seem your rescue mission was a success. No matter. You'll accept your punishment all the same.
How can you say that, Jonas? Now you're just being cruel.
Cruel, am I? And what do you call disobeying my orders and endangering the entire village for the sake of one foolhardy beastron? You're banished, all of you. You'll find no welcome in Harv any longer.
How can he be so cold? Where are we to go if not our own homes? How can he be so cold? Where are we to go if not...
'Tis not your place to question my decision. Now be gone with you. My patience wears thin.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Welcome to Browse My... For bread and board, you'll find none better.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
To this world I return. Ready. Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
That old man by the shore. What drives him so unbendingly out into open waters?
Curious, isn't it?
Perhaps we will understand more in time.
Yes, of course. We were speaking of places elsewhere. Mayhap 'tis beyond your ken, but this world is a cycle. 'Tis endless, yet the real world. Is there a way to... What I will say, you doubt your ear. All I say... No one believes a word I say. Now, listen well. The Gigantus is an earthen structure that hearkens to the voice of the sea, for 'tis a servant of the brine. Just as the Arisen commands the pawns, so too does the sea's peril compel the Gigantus. Supposedly, the brine have their colossal servant monitor the dragon to ensure that it commits no acts of excess. As for what the brine deem an act of excess, I could not tell you. Some would argue that 'tis the hand of excess what brings the cup of fine ale to our lips time and time again. But what of it? Those unbidden sips of ale are what keep the throat from growing parched. Without them, life would be a dull affair indeed. That brings me back to what I was saying about the... what was I talking about again? Ah, of course, the Gigantus. 'Tis formed of clay, and tall enough to graze its brow upon the very clouds. What's more, 'tis said its lofty gaze watches o'er the world even now. And should it be stirred to life by the voice of the sea, mayhap 'twould do aught to put that dragon in its place. You do not believe, but I assure you 'tis no less than the truth. I've beheld it all with my own eyes. Ah, but you...
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk? I know the way. Follow me.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Seems my humming would be unwelcome.
A treasure chest. I can hardly wait to open it.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
On, say no more.
This looks as good a place as any.
Look as long as you please.
Suppose I should visit someplace new.
Days like this make me glad to be alive.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when you're... Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
You!
My head hurts just thinking about it.
I'm sure I can handle it. When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You have lost sight of your path, but I can point the way. You need only make a worthy offering in exchange. 'Tis lovely to see you.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
We ought to put it to good use.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Perhaps you would indulge me in conversation?
Oh, I can't complain.
Pray slow your feet! You run too fast for the likes of me!
We shall remain here.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
I'm getting my feet after today's training. Now you've done it. Thought it'd hurt like this. Now
I hasten home, but it's not my duty.
I'm aching for a fight.
This calls for a curative. What should I do?
I mustn't let the captain see my knees now.
Last time I attended to a day's work. Would that all my days were so tranquil.
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
All this hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
Welcome, lonely lot.
The last night's scuffle.
Many customers with decent wages.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
Head will roll if all goes awry.
Might as well lay down my arms and pray.
Shall we get some rest then?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Oh, not be cowed so easily.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, right?
You!
Me.
Oh, someone talked about this.
Battle is best avoided here.
Pray slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I don't know what to do.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So tight. I'd kick just about anywhere.
Oh, looking for the Jadeite orb, are you? Can't say I've seen it, or heard of it for that matter. Mind refreshing my memory? It's all coming back to me now. Which is to say, I've not a clue. But I can tell you what I'd do if I nicked a treasure like that. My first stop would be Ibrahim's scrap store. Got to be sure my price is the genuine article, eh? The scrap stores are in the checkpoint rest town. Might be worth a look, see?
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with three options. Either the law of our world that allows only one Arisen has been upended, or Deeza's Arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are Arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deeza's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, If you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be.
The magistrate seeks a place to quench his thirst for knowledge. Where might we find one, I wonder?
Let me think on that a while.
On my feet after today's training.
Everyone's as tired as I am. Seems right.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Living hard, but dreams are free.
What should I do?
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace. Discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Welcome. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time. What do you want to? Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to... A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place? There is much we ought to tend to. A place with books likely to entice Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
don't know what to do.
Let me get that.
You here to aid me?
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir.
There are useful ingredients to be...
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
Let us begin by gathering information.
Indeed, you are correct.
There's no telling what we have been finding here. Can scarce afford to keep us fed these days.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery.
Oi, get out of my face!
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
How can he be so cold? Where are we to go if not our own homes?
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Well, I ne'er.
Go on.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Oi, get out of my face!
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Good day, sir.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
This is for you, Master. I've thought it might...
I'll try my magic with yours, that you might cast the spell more quickly.
prayers will surely be rewarded from the
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
Shall we report our results?
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
Oh, 'twas but a trick of the light.
Surely this is a jest. All that effort for so little gain?
Rarely have I felt so empty.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind.
You have my support. I cannot fault your prowess.
Over here.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. It will be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It's quite a collection of tomes.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder? The books ne'er seem to end. The book's nest.
Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
This place is amazing.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them?
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I expect that's a common occurrence in our line of work.
This looks as good a place as any.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
It's not our place to hurry the Arisen.
can let the captain seem uneasy.
Your best bet's the scrap store in the checkpoint.
Not ruined your day, like getting cut open.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
It is good to be reunited.
Scared the life out of me.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
'Tis good to see you are well.
Perfect spot for a kid.
What teachings myself? Life can be tiring, even if you've no trouble. I'm telling you what happens.
This place offers a view of the sea.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Well, I ne'er.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Listen up, you lot. Albert, King of Beggars, has come to quench your thirsts. Aye, the ale's on me tonight, so drink up, my friends. Drink your fill. What would you of me? I'll have no... Oi there, the ale flows aplenty here, so ne'er mind your coin purse. Drink your fill... What would you of me? Oi there, the ale... So ne'er mind your coin purse. Drink your...
I can't stand the sight of you. Go away.
Might not seem like much, but it tastes a treat.
You fond of those eyes? Keep them to yourself.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
Pleasure doing business with you. Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray, bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
That woman's taking advantage of us, she is. She knows full well we've nowhere else to turn.
Will he truly be all right?
Yeah? What is it?
It is good to see you are well.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful. Yes, sir. Ah, forgive me. If that's not the case, you will have to...
Just remember, somewhere...
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me. Not my kind of place, this.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
I mustn't let the captain seem uneasy.
If I can avoid it.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own.
Not where we should go, like
ship just about anywhere.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
This should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are Arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Wish I had someone to talk to.
This looks as good a place as any.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Heed your senses. If aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasped the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice of those in power is all but guaranteed. Yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Almost laughably so. The sovereign's line ultimately fell to ruin, and now this library, so laboriously sealed, has been discovered. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed under its heel. Fine timing, sir. Fine timing indeed. I've need of your services, you see. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my eyesight. I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Yet these old eyes might serve some use if only I could wear the spectacles I had specially made. Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, as I'm sure you can imagine. Though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many attendees, if you catch my meaning. Should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor spectacles? What say you? Would you consider doing an old man a favor? I am in your debt. With those spectacles in hand, I might actually get through one of my tomes. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the storeroom. You are my only hope.
I don't know what to do. What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true? Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Well, take your time. You know.
That's quite enough!
This hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
Places such as this nourish the spirit.
There is much we ought to tend to. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
A resounding success!
A job well done.
We mustn't grow complacent, but steel ourselves for the trials to come.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds, but as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
We ought to put it to good use.
Your equipment's coming.
Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count on you, Arisen. I'll be waiting.
Our next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhaps silver ore will serve? We can purchase it or mine it up ourselves.
You have my support.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you found? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the Gracious Hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please say yes.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
Right you are.
Oh, it's so
A curative ought to do the trick.
You!
Huh. Huh.
You!
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared.
A good sleep does wonders.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
This isn't much to go on.
We must rest. Though the sun is... Open your eyes, everyone. Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigour.
Interested in my wares?
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Our soldiers need better training. I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
What's to be done about this?
I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible. Townspeople.
I must ask you to comport yourself with the utmost civility while you are within the masquerade hall.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my skull guarding the palace. At least here I can listen to some courtly music. Makes the hours go by that much quicker, see?
You ought not to abandon your post.
Don't be like that. You know as well as I do.
I've no time to waste on the likes of you.
My sword arm could use some work.
What am I doing to myself?
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with Batar. Apparently, even privately owned items will come to be curtailed soon.
All's on me, Joseph. They're the same tired faces and the same tired fox.
Give me one good reason not to call the guard.
Another ale can't make my dancing any worse.
I pray some.
Off to market I go.
I only pray my watch finishes without...
I shan't let anything spoil my... Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
I'd sooner stay out.
Surely these extravagances cannot continue.
Methinks I'll have a rest.
Such cheap.
Another ale can't make my dancing any worse.
Why, you're... No. Pay me no mind.
We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles. 'Twould be uncouth to inquire after another's identity. No. We who are gathered here...
Would seem our sovereign. Another ale can't make...
Methinks I'll have a rest. My feet ache from dancing.
Is there nary a chance to make a fresh start when the person spent a city thinking? I shan't let anything spoil my evening.
Weren't you listening? I told you to get lost.
Surely these extravagances cannot...
Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
Just between you and me, my survey, my task, is just 'tis an enigma. So back and forth.
Off with you, before I lose my patience.
Whatever could you want from me?
Pray, leave me be, sir. No time to talk, I'm afraid. I'm a busy man.
Is there aught you require?
I find...
Minute now.
Weren't you listening? I told you to get lost.
Off with you, before I lose my patience.
but dreary duty. I find it liberating to hide my face.
'Twouldn't do to meddle in each other's affairs here.
Now, we who are gathered here...
Surely these
All this merrymaking is a joy to behold.
Weren't you listening? I told you to get lost.
All this revelry in war's wake.
All this merrymaking is a joy to be...
Surely these extravagances cannot
Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet. Good heavens! Everyone who dances with me complains of...
Mind, I have time. Off with you, before I lose my patience.
Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
I do wonder who's behind the mask. I pray someone asks me... I pray someone asks me to dance ere long. Begone from my sight. Naught but tea... I pray someone asks me to dance ere long. Why, thank you. Naught but tedious talk of golden governance.
Now, we who are gathered here...
Twould seem I drank such drink that I am drunk.
Pray, leave me be, sir.
Have you Don't go thinking you can trade twixt our nations, maybe on the upswing. But so, should you...
I'd sooner stay out.
Now, we who are gathered here are not...
I would fain aid you if you are in need.
Always sets me to fancy a kip, but not at the expense of my duty.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
Such quietude is a blessing.
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, Much is made of appearances. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Ah, masquerades being as they... Much is made of appearances. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are. Masquerades being as much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be what is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve.
Mayhap a noble will succumb to my charms.
Well then, sir. Quite the predicament.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
Nary a new face in sight.
My list of duties grows only the winter time.
My sword.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
Minute now.
I ought to take Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour
In here.
Open up!
dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
This won't do.
I get along with everyone.
Whatever am I to do?
No sense dwelling on what others.
This is too much for me, I fear.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
I could use
I
a
only
bit of
pray my
excitement
watch
in my life.
finishes without him.
In case you haven't noticed, shops are closed on certain days. So if there's no one about, you might have to come back later.
This is an outcome when life gets overwhelming.
Welcome, sir. As ever, we are delighted to have you. Pray.
My whiskers are looking at
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here. A fair wind's coming.
The sky always puts me in a contemplative mood.
To be said.
Bones can't keep up.
What was it I had planned for the morrow?
What is life without him?
Wonder if anyone else shares us.
I get along with everyone.
Come see me in my bordlery. I'll instruct my attendants to send...
Always a fresh breeze blowing round.
Bet this place has its share of secrets.
This place always puts me at ease.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Not much going on.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen you. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phases, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty.
So the fourth sovereign, Queen Regent Disa, and this Phases fellow are all working together. Quite a sordid trio, eh?
I'm not sure what we're dealing with here.